Good afternoon. Um, First and foremost, addressing um, the class here for the 573 class. I want to say first and foremost, man, it's been an honor to be in class with you. Hasn't always been the most smooth because I know that we all have things going on. To everyone that is in a classroom right now, and actually live teaching. I commend you for the job that you have done thus far for the year. I know it has not been easy. In our first year teaching, or getting back teaching for some of us, I know it hasn't been easy and it hasn't been ideal, but we're making the best of it. To all the students who are in this class that are going to be future teachers, take it from me. If you can handle what you've dealt with the last 6, 7 weeks, man, you can handle anything, man. And so, that I want to first say that, so get that out there. I know it wasn't part of the requirements, and hopefully I don't get points taken off, but I just want to talk about that. So I have decided that the lesson I want to do is I want to do my second year day one lesson. The reason I wanted to do this is because last year my first day one lesson was atrocious, and it wasn't so much atrocious because I was bad, but I was sweaty. My hands were clammy. I was nervous. I felt I was talking really too fast. I didn't go through things thoroughly, and so I want to redo that, or almost practice really for day one of next year. And so, so here we go. How you doing, class? My name is Coach Paul. You can call me Coach P. You can call me Coach. Um, I have been here at Lebo High School for 3 years. Prior to that, I was a college basketball coach. I've spent 2 years at University of Wyoming, 2 years at Henderson State, and 5 years at Emporia State. Prior to that, I was a high school coach back in Texas. Prior to that, I played professional basketball for a couple years. Went back to finish my degree at Murray State, and all that has then led me to here. Um, you are now into principles of marketing. If you did not know, it's what you signed up for, and so hopefully you have an idea of kind of what's going on. In this class, we will build off of everything you have learned from consumer and personal finance, into some of accounting, into communications, and everything else in between to um, build upon what we're talking about. As far as if you're in this class, that means that you are getting a little bit more serious about the business aspect. We'll talk about some of the extracurricular activities that you could participate in to build your teaching, your student portfolio, your business portfolio, as far as your experience and education. Okay. So first things first, I've already passed out to all of you. The syllabus, we'll go over this first. We won't spend too long with this. Atop, I give you my information. That is my phone number. That is my cell phone. That is my email. Now, I will say this. I give my cell phone number out because this is for emergencies. Do not call. Do not text me if it is not in regards to the lesson. We are friends, but we're not the kind of friends that talk outside of class. So please use my number with discretion. If need be, if I have to, I will change it. So please do not force my hand, or I will talk to Mr. Ford, our principal, Mr. Reese, our superintendent, if you are trying to play on my phone. Here, I'm not going to go over word for word. It gives you the course description of what we're looking to achieve within this course. Okay, the course objectives, excuse me. Okay, and some of the resources needed. Now, upon this, we will have our book. We will use our book some. I am not huge in the book. That is just my personal belief. Some teachers believe that, some teachers don't. So I'm giving you my personal belief. Okay, we will use a lot over the internet. So everyone in here, if you have not been issued your Mac computers by Mr. Piper, you will be soon. Upon receiving those, it is prevalent that you bring your computer every single day to class, along with your charger, along with anything else you might need. If you need a mouse, please make sure you use the mouse, and kind of and make sure you bring that. you forgot or you do not have it is not a reason or an excuse for you to sit here and not participate. That is a day that you might possibly receive a zero. You see the evaluation and the grading procedures. It's what it is normally. Okay, 90 to 100 is an A on down, and on down to an F. Okay, I please make sure that you note and you read here that is highlighted. Late work is not permitted unless otherwise stated by myself under certain circumstances. Okay, you being tired is not a certain circumstance I need to consider as far as turning in late work. That is not my fault. Okay, you forgetting it at home. Okay, your mom, you leaving it. You guys are now 11th and 12th graders, so that makes the majority of you anywhere from 16 to 18 years old. Okay, you are all responsible enough. It is not up to your mom and dad or grandma or grandpa or myself, okay, to make sure that you turn your work in. For those of you taking this class, you're getting ready to go to college, no college professor is going to track you down to make sure that you turn in your work. Okay? I tell people all the time, piggybacking off of that, attendance is highly encouraged. It is not mandated. I will tell you that. But if you do not show up to class, it is going to be a struggle for you to pass. You not being here and you missing class is not a reason for me to extend dates for you without something that is of dire, okay, need why you had to miss. If you just missed class because you were tired or you missed class because you were sick, and that's fine if you were sick. But if you've been sick 6 times this semester, then something needs to change about yourself so you can stop getting sick so much. We will talk about that, but I cannot extend dates for you and not extend dates for everybody else consistently. Okay? Here we have, if you flip the if you keep flipping over, you'll see on behavior and rules, standards and measures. Okay, academic dishonesty. Plain and simple, guys. I don't allow cheating. You cheat, okay, you get caught cheating, you fail. Simple. Now, whether that be fail that assignment, fail the test, fail the class, that'll be up, okay, for me and Mr. Reese to sit down and talk about. But if you sit here and you get caught cheating or you take someone else's work and put it as your own, which is plagiarism, it will not be tolerated. Okay, here you see every day, okay, your materials that you need to bring to class. Okay, now you will need to make sure that you have a notebook and or folder. There will be things that to make sure that you do not lose. Guys, you do not lose. Make sure you bring it every day. Okay, because there will be things that we will refer back to. It's going to be important that you keep what you have graded, no matter good or bad, from the beginning of the semester. You will need that later on in the semester. Please make sure you keep up with that. Participation will be huge, and that will be a way of me assessing if you have an understanding of what is going on. It is necessary that you participate in what we do and how we do it. Okay, if you don't ask questions when you don't understand, if you sit there and you don't participate in the communication back and forth in the dialogue, you are going to struggle. How am I going to know if you get it? And on top of that, you will not receive proper points for that day. I'm not saying you got to answer every single question and be a goody two shoes or whatever you want to call it, but you have to participate. Okay, we will have tests. Okay, the test will be composite and it will be made up of the things we're going over for that unit. Okay, below, and we'll talk about, we're going to have roughly about 6 units that we're going to look to cover over these next 18 weeks. Okay, so it's going to be prevalent that we are be able to understand what we're saying, understand that when we do the test, and one thing's going to build off the next. So if you miss a whole unit for whatever reason, it's going to struggle. You're going to struggle. Okay, computer usage I have here now. I understand that you guys have computers, but they are for school use. They're not there for you to play games. They're not there for you to be on YouTube during the day. Okay, that's not what we're looking to do. Okay, now, okay, all that's going to be there. I want you to make sure you read this now. Make sure you read it again. Take it home. At the bottom of this, I need your signature and your parent's signature and the date. Understand, we meet every day. This is due back tomorrow. This is a grade. It's very simple. Either you're going to get 10 points or you're going to get 0 points. It's going to be that simple. If you want 10 points, make sure you get it signed and bring it back. Do not bring it back all wrinkled. You have a folder, put it into your folder. I do not accept handwriting I cannot read. Read, I do not accept work that is all crumbled up, looks like it's been the bottom of your bag. If you don't have enough respect for me to at least take care of your stuff, I don't know why I should bend over backwards, have enough respect for you to make sure that okay, I try to hurt my eyes to make sure to read the things that you're trying to write. All right, so everybody got that. We make sure we understand. Now, that is what I would normally do. That's how I would probably start my first 10 minutes of the day on day one. I would discuss that. I like to give background research about myself in case anyone did not know me. The majority of people in that class will know who I am because of me being around last year in years prior. But you never assume. Every year is new. Every challenge is new. So I like to start and give a brief overview about myself. I like to talk about the class. That took about 10 minutes, probably less than that if you take back the fact of me saying, congratulations to the whole class. So that took under 10 minutes. Every class is a 50-minute class, and so I would like to do that. After that, I would do some sort of what we call icebreaker that we would do every day. Now, and I would start to I would start to explain kind of how our daily flow would go. So they would come in, they would sit down in their seats. I would make sure that everyone knew, hey, where the seats are right now is where the seats will be. We are not moving seats around. We're not moving chairs to sit by your friends. If you're going to sit, okay, that we won't have assigned seating. I do plan on moving my room around this summer. Hopefully I can get in there sooner than later to do that. I want to go ahead and do that. And they're going to sit there. They're going to come in and they're going to have on the TV screen, it will be a icebreaker. And because I don't have a whiteboard. And so on there, it will either be some sort of PowerPoint of some sort of pre-assessment for the day, some sort of review from the day prior, just something, maybe even something as a brain teaser, something funny to get your brain going, to get them in the mode of getting ready to learn. It may have nothing to do with the day at all, to be honest with you. But it's just something that gives me an extra 2 to 5 minutes that allows for me to, one, do roll, and two, allow for announcements to get over with. Announcements are during first hour. This is when this class would be taught during first hour. So our first probably 10 to 15 minutes of the day are pretty much taken up with the things that we need to get done. Now, after that, we would then cover the icebreaker. We would talk about it, whether it was a pre-assessment or if it was just something for fun. We would do that and we would talk about it. I am going to be honest with you. I'm not sure what that icebreaker necessarily would be for day one, but it would probably be something similar to the fact of, what did you do this summer productive? How did you use your time wisely to better yourself during this COVID-19 scare during this time? What did you do to better yourself? I don't care. I don't want to know if they just sat around all day and played video games. What did you do to make yourself better as an individual? I would have what I did, and then once I have what I did, I understand those things, then I would make sure to let them know what I did, and hopefully they have done the same, some things similar. So we'll get done with that, and then we move on into the lesson. So I would say, man, as you see here, the lesson plan topic, okay, man, for the first one, man, it would be welcome back, and I would intro them into marketing, okay, and a lot of it would be review from the first couple years, and maybe we might have some move-in kids, so things might be a little bit different, or maybe they hadn't just had a business class in the year prior, or maybe it might be their first year and they're taking it all at one time, okay. I would go over the objectives, as you can see right here. I would go over those and what we're looking to accomplish within this unit. I would then say, hey, I would have them get out pen and paper or use their computer, and I would have them take down these vocabulary words, and then we would define them. I like to write, or I like to type things out, not to give it to them, because if you have to write it out or type it out, it tends to stay in your memory longer than if I was to give it to you and you were just to read it. That is my personal opinion. It's not right or wrong, just what I believe in. I would then give the pre-assessment, okay, for the first day. Would be basically a list of definitions, a list of scenarios, and you would just tell me what you would do. It's almost, I'm gonna just use this as a review to see what you remember over the summer, to refresh your brain, to get you back going, and then going on from there. That would then lead into probably about 30-ish minutes. That would leave about 20 minutes for the day. After that, we would then get into the guided discussion, as you can see right here. for about 10 or 15 minutes, and we would start talking about these things in general, and it would get into we would start talking about some of these ways of taking the vocabulary and embedding them into our presentation and